Hello, happy bro bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Ken Bozak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Ken Bozak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Ken bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get some Ken Bozak.
And we're live, bros. How goes it? Thanks for joining me for not another Bitcoin podcast. I'm with my bro, Double O Tats, the best co-host in the universe. And we are being tuned in today with our remote guest transmission from Emily Lazar. How goes it? Thank you for joining us.
Hi. It's good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us here in the Not Another Bitcoin podcast space station.
Station.
I guess if you could, we'll start this off real quick and then we can get into it. It was awesome to get to meet you and talk to you at ETH Denver. If you could introduce yourself, let people know, the audience, who you are, maybe how you got into music and crypto, and what that led you to do now in the space.
Okay. My name is Emily Lazar. I front the band September Morning. That's MOURNING. It's basically a transmedia project. So it's based off a graphic novel I wrote and published through Image Comics, and we play the characters on stage. It's basically about this human reaper hybrid that can take souls and give people second chances at life by giving them, putting their soul into other people's bodies, basically. In doing so, she starts an epic war between the living and the dead. So it's very like fantasy driven. If you're into that sort of thing, like with Lord of the Rings and stuff like that, like you'd probably really get it. You'd probably really love it. So it's a good book. You can pick it up anywhere comic books are sold. There's 4 books in the graphic novel, and it's a good read. We have 3 new books coming out this year and a bunch of other stuff like popping off. We do have a tour coming up in the fall. So if you want to come see us live, come out and see us live. I have been in this band for a while now. We established ourselves in 2014, starting to tour. We got signed to Virgin Records and got signed to Sumerian Records. And then when the pandemic hit, we kind of like had to go, independent because touring just stopped, and as a rock band, you have to tour or else you don't make any money. Right. So, and like, if you're not touring and you're on a label, you're really not making any money. So we were like, you know what, like our contract was up, we could have signed something else. And we were like, let's just try to do it independent. I had also gotten into crypto in 2014. I had bought my first Bitcoin for like $800 or something like that. And I had put it into a wallet, and then I like kept it there, and I didn't even touch it because I was going on tour. I was touring so much. I was touring like 8-9 months out of the year. I was like always on tour. and I didn't have time to like look into it. I had actually bought it on a whim because I was in a recording session in Vegas, and my producer was like, we were recording a song, and he's like, oh yeah, yeah, and I was doing a chorus and it really sucked, and he's like, yeah, this isn't very good, and I was like, yeah, I know it sucks, and so he's like, let's like rewrite this, but like let's take a minute because like I think we're banging our head against the wall too much. So I was like, okay, cool. He's like, I need to buy some Bitcoin. I was like, what? And so I got into the control room and he's like, yeah, Bitcoin. Haven't you heard of Bitcoin? And I was like, no, should I have heard of Bitcoin? And, you know, 2014. And so like, and he's showing me all this shit and saying all this shit about finance. And I was like, okay, this sounds interesting, but like, I'm here to write a song, but like, this sounds interesting. So like, send me some links and I'll go like on the back end of this session tonight and I'll go look into it. So after I got back to the hotel, I looked into Bitcoin and I was like, oh shit, damn. All right, like this is kind of cool. Like I don't know what the fuck is going on, but like, hey, this sounds really cool. You know, this is like fuck the man finance, which I'm totally into because I'm in a fucking rock band. You know, I'm in a metal band. Like I scream for a living. So I was like, okay, yeah, fuck yeah, let's buy one of these things. How do I buy one of these things? Coinbase, you know, do the wallet, blah blah blah. Put it away. Never touched it again. So fast forward to the pandemic, right? And I go on Clubhouse and I find these Bitcoin rooms. I was like, oh, I remember that Bitcoin thing that I have in that wallet. So like I open up my wallet and because, you know, I was looking for money to like write a new album and we were, you know, pandemic, there's no money, blah, 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 blah. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, I open the wallet and it's like 30 grand. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute. I was like, what kind of sneaky fuckery is this? Like, so I didn't know what the fuck.
Reverse robbed. It's like who put money in my wallet?
Like reverse rug. Yeah, it was like totally like Uno reverse, you know. And I was like, okay, wait a minute. So like, how does this like? How does the price action work? Like, what the fuck was going on here? So I like get into these my friend is like, you need to be talking to people because you're all alone in the pandemic and I'm worried about you. So he put me on Clubhouse. So I was like, okay, cool. And I found these Bitcoin rooms and I was like, oh shit, yeah, Bitcoin, great. So I went in with all these Bitcoin maxis. So it was like me, the fucking rock metal singer that's always on tour with all these older Bitcoin maxi guys. It was a vibe, okay? It was really a vibe. And but it was really cool. Like they taught me so much shit about finance, guys. Like I didn't know shit when I went into those rooms. I know everything now. I mean, the one guy that was teaching me everything, he did the first credit default swap on in Wall Street. Like he was that dude. Like I mean, I had no idea even what a credit default swap is. I still don't really know what it is, but it's still cool. So like I was like, okay, this is great. So
I still don't get fractional reserve banking.
But I was like, whatever. So he teaches me about Bitcoin and like I go into his rooms and I'm like a staple there. I started handing out Satoshis. I started handing out the Bitcoin standard. I'm preaching this shit. Like I am like the cheerleader of Bitcoin for a while. And then NFTs started bubbling up, right? And Blau started talking about a bunch of shit. And so
I got Blau's first fucking NFT.
Oh, good for you. Okay.
It does nothing. It was useless. I don't mean to interrupt, but I will say this. I got Blau's first NFT. It was supposed to get me a physical like thing. I never got the physical thing in the mail. And it was
It's in your mind, dude. It's in your mind. I'm just kidding.
And then Blau's NFT was supposed to get me entrance to his events. The first time I flew to one of his conference to get into one of the events, the NFT that I had didn't let me into the event. I waited in line. I waited in line like a normal person with a normal ticket. And when I got to the front of the line, I was like, I have an NFT. And they're like, yeah, you don't have a ticket. You're not getting in.
We're Live Nation, bitch. We don't care.
Yeah, they didn't care. So I did message Blau. Blau told me next time to DM him and he'll get me in through the back door. So it is a workaround.
We'll put you in a cater waiter outfit and you'll sneak right in. Like, wait, what? Yeah. Anyway, but yeah. So you know, he was like, he comes to my Bitcoin maxi friend and he's like, yo, you got to be the first female rock artist to mint and sell an NFT. And I was like, why? And he's like, well, you don't understand. In crypto, being first is like a big thing. And I was
Yes.
like, all right, okay, whatever. Like, sure, okay, I'll do it. And so like we got on the like a little you know how you could do those private rooms in Clubhouse? So we got like Devin from OpenSea because this is when like OpenSea was a ghost town. There were like 5 people on OpenSea. Like nobody knew what the fuck OpenSea was. So now everybody knows. But back then it was like Devin, this guy Alan, who was pretty big in the space, and myself and my Bitcoin maxi friend. And we were talking to Devin because we were like looking at that and looking at another platform. And Devin's like, oh, we can put you on the cover. We can do a whole like banner. Like we can do all this stuff. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. Like I'll do a
Yeah.
banner, yeah,
Hell
right.
yeah.
Okay. To the 5 people that go on OpenSea, sure, let's do it. So like, anyway, but like, but it's like facts though, real.
Right.
But yeah, so we had this banner. It was like collect the soul collector. And I had this drop and I launched in a Clubhouse room. That shit sold out in like 2 seconds. Like it was like we had like 15 pieces or something. I don't even remember how many, but it was an animated. So I took a piece of the comic book. Okay. I animated it. It was the fight scene between September and the Reapers. It was really cool. I animated it and then I did different versions of it with like laser eyes because I don't know if you remember, but back in the day, fucking the laser eyes situation was a big thing on Clubhouse. Like everybody had laser eyes. Like I had a picture of me with the laser eyes. Everybody had the laser eyes. So anyway, so I had these laser eyes coming down. I had red ones. I had like yellow one for Bitcoin. So anyway, so I had that, and then I have the regular one, like the animation, and then of course I layered my song "Wake the Dead," which was a big single for us, like on top of it. And I said, listen, if you buy this NFT, you can get into our shows, our backstage pass. It's like a backstage pass. So basically, we give you meet and greets for free. You have to buy a ticket to get in the show, yo. You have to buy a ticket to. But if you buy a ticket to get in the show, you get into the meet and greet for free. So you can just hang out with us, drink a
Yeah.
beer, whatever, you know. And you get like 15% off merch at the table.
Oh,
Everybody loved
I
it.
love
So
that
like,
utility. That's exactly the
yeah,
kind of utility people can provide when they create their own tokenized
from the
assets
jump,
around
dude. I was
themselves.
doing this shit in
Literally.
2021 from the jump. Like
I
this was
wish
not like,
I
oh,
said this at ETH
2024.
Denver.
You
I
know?
said this at ETH Denver, and I'll say it again. I wish I met you sooner. I wish I played around in Clubhouse because I know I would have met you sooner. Because like,
Yeah.
there's not many people that were actually going out of their way to provide utility to people that were in their digital collectors community. And to hear you
Yeah.
doing this at such an early stage, like, damn right,
That
you
was
had
my
to be the
first
first
one.
female rock musician doing NFTs and stuff because, like, you had to do the proof of concept to show Blau how it's really done.
Well, I mean, our tours were always set up that way. We always had meet and greets for doors or at doors. So like I was like, well, this is a perfect opportunity to sell tickets to the show and then get people an incentive to come.
How
It's
was
all
the
about
conversation with your
incentivization.
label, though, using the music in the
We were
NFT?
independent. We were
Oh,
independent. We own our own
yeah.
publishing. We are
Yeah.
independent. We can do whatever the fuck we like. That's why I was like, we're not signing. When I saw this NFT thing starting to pop off, I was like, we are not signing another deal. I need the music to be able to do shit with. If I don't have the music to be able to do shit with, we're screwed. So,
Yeah.
the next record we put out, like we had all that music that we do NFTs with. So it was great. And then of course we had touring. Like we have an agent, but like our agent isn't privy to any of the stuff like that. Like so he's booking shows. So like we can do whatever we want at the shows. We sell stage passes anyway, meet and greet passes anyway. That was just something we already did. But this
Hey,
we would
Double
just
O,
add
sorry
on.
to
We just
interrupt
layered.
you. Do you hear that audio glitch? Is that just me?
Nah, I hear it too.
Okay, so something might be happening with your microphone. It just started going like RoboCop with like a hole in his throat.
I have
Yeah,
my
I don't know.
AirPods in.
That might be what the audio issue is because something just
Okay.
happened. Your microphone audio just went down the tubes.
Oh,
I'm
take these
sorry.
out.
I just, yeah, I want to be able to
Is
hear
that
what
better?
you're saying.
Much
Can I
better.
just do
Much
this?
better.
Okay, all right. So we'll just do this. But yeah, so anyway, so that's kind of how it happened, and I got into it, and then after that, it was like, I mean, I was just like doing this shit, because it takes a while to make money on tour. You have a lot of overhead. You know, you have I pay every band member. Everybody gets paid except for me. I get paid at the end, like when there's stuff left over. But everybody in the band gets paid first. Like, so I take care of my family before I take care of myself. That's just how I work. So I did that, and you know, it's really hard to make money on tour because you know shit was getting expensive, gas was expensive, this and that and the third. So when I made all this money in 2 minutes, I was like, okay, wait a minute, what's the catch? Because because
I got a
like
question.
a money glitch. Go ahead.
Because were you selling your music on NFT as well?
Well, kinda. See, we would have like so you would get it, and you know how they had those unlockables on OpenSea? Do you remember unlockables? Do you guys remember that?
Yeah,
So-
unfortunately, every time we talk, I hear an echo because your speakerphone is getting picked up by your microphone. I'm so sorry, we're having technical difficulties. This is so embarrassing.
I don't have a microphone. I'm just going through my laptop right now.
Oh, then your laptop's microphone is listening to the laptop speaker, so we can hear when I speak through your mic, so there's an echo.
Okay, so what do I do?
You might have to turn down the laptop a little bit.
Okay.
Sorry about this.
Is that okay? Is that better?
Yeah, that's way better. Yeah, I can still
Okay.
hear the echo, but it's faint, so it shouldn't be a distraction. But yeah, like
Okay,
Double
so
was
sorry
saying,
about
are you getting into like selling the NFT, the music as an NFT, sort of like, you know, the new Tower Records meets, you know, the iTunes and now this?
Well, so like those unlockables, right? So if you remember, like on OpenSea, when you bought an NFT back in the day, they had like a little toggle thing, and it was like unlockable. So we did the toggle, and so as soon as you got our NFT, like you could download the song, and then you'd have it, which is interesting because if you know anything about iTunes, when you download a song on iTunes, you don't really download a song on like you literally download it
You're
on
leasing
iTunes.
it.
You don't really own the song. You own it on iTunes. Like it plays on iTunes. Like it opens on iTunes.
Right.
Try to take it off the platform. Doesn't work very well. Anyway, besides that, when you put something into a site like that, they crush the fuck out of it. Especially like Spotify too. When you put music up on TuneCore and stuff like that, and then they put it to Spotify, they crush it. Like the music gets so crushed that it sounds different. If you have a mix master in an MP3 format and then you put it on Spotify, you will hear the difference in the mix. It's a little bit more open and airy if you just have it like straight from the board, but like if you have it like on a streaming platform, that shit gets very tick 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 tick, very ticky, you know, very crushed. So anyway, so we're giving this like this is how we hear it on the board, you know, so like we're giving this away, and so that was part of the whole NFT experience, is to actually hear shit as we hear shit. So to me that was very important because I'm an audiophile, so like, you know, because I'm a fucking musician, so like, you know, that's how it works for us. So yeah, that's kind of how we did it.
Do you have like rights and like commercial use and availability through purchasing of the NFT? So if I were to buy the NFT, I could use your music in a live stream without copyright infringing or stuff like that? Or
No.
are there any
like
no?
everything goes through BMI and ads. We register everything through our rights organizations. Because you should. If you are a musician and you're not registering through rights organizations, you're screwing yourself, because you need to have those protections on your music so that people can't just use your stuff. Like you need to be able to get the kickback on that. That's how we make money as musicians.
I heard if a musician doesn't try to protect their music, a third party can do it on your behalf, and they will just do the copyright strikes themselves, and they will claim all the revenue that your music makes because they protected it on your behalf. So if you don't do it, somebody else will. It's not like I'll be allowed to use the music on, you know, YouTube in the background of a video if you don't protect it, because somebody else will. I'll still get in trouble, but they'll get the money.
Yeah, you got to be you really have to there's two things you really have to watch out for. So if you don't have a publishing company, if you're not on a pub deal, you should create your own publishing company as a musician. Like you can do it. Takes like 10 seconds to do it on BMI or ASCAP. You just create a pub company, and you run your music through it. So when it says like, what's your publishing company? Some people are signed to Warner Brothers, some people are signed to this, that, the third, right? If you're independent, usually you're not signing a pub deal, usually. So if you're independent, you just create your own pub company and you run all of your music publishing through your own company, okay? Then through your own company, you also put it on BMI or ASCAP, whatever your rights organization is, and you make sure that the splits are in there and everything like that. Because the thing about music, and one of the reasons why nobody makes money over here as an artist, is because as an artist, you're the lowest person on the totem pole. Everybody's getting paid before you get paid. Like, that is just how it works. Like, unfortunately, that's how screwed you get. But it was set up by mobsters, so what do you expect? But anyway, so like, that's
well,
how
yeah,
it
I mean,
works.
being a musician is damn near indentured servitude the way it's set up. They basically front you the money to make the product, then you spend that money making the product. By the time it is live and you are about to go on tour, you need to borrow more money because the revenue hasn't come in from the thing you borrowed the money for to make the first time. So it's constantly keeping you in this indebted servitude position where you can't, and with the 360 contract, good luck getting out.
Yeah, it's kind of brutal. That's why I implore a lot of musicians, if you can, do not take the big chunk of money up front, because you're gonna just owe it. If you think that you're gonna make it back, or you think that you're gonna have a long-term career and you're like really set on it, like, yeah, sure, okay, take the money, but like, because if you just get dropped, you're not gonna owe it back anyway. But like, it's just a wash for the label. They take the tax credit or whatever they get.
You got to
from
take
that.
a lesson from George Lucas' Star Wars playbook and make all your money on the merch. Let everybody have whatever else they want, sell the merch.
Well, before 360 deals, right? Before 360 deals, before they started taking tour revenue, merch was a huge thing. So you'd go on tour, and all the merch that the merch money that you'd make, you'd pretty much make for your tour. So like, it was really good because people were just selling T-shirts and T-shirts. I mean, I have a joke that we go on tour to sell a T-shirt. We're like a selling T-shirt band. Like, that's what we are. Like, we're not selling music anymore. We're literally like, go buy the T-shirt. Like, it's like that. It's really bad, but it is what it is. But like, for us, because we're independent, we keep all of our merch money. We don't have a 360 deal. We're not doing that song and dance right now. So. But
That's
yeah,
so powerful
it can
not to
brutal
be
out
locked down by a 360 contract. I've been trying to get Immortal Technique. I don't know if you're familiar with his music, but I've been trying to get him into crypto since like 2016, because he's one of the only artists that I know that's like sort of mainstream without being signed to any label. And I was trying to show him, like, you could have merch NFTs, bro.
Yeah, I mean, the NFT game, I think, is kind of washed at this point. The bubble popped.
Not with people like you doing it. Not with that real utility that gets me 15% off at merch and backstage access at con. That isn't over. That barely got started. There was a handful of people like you that actually did the work that made it worth something for people to invest in the assets.
Okay,
I think that is about to start all over again. I think people are going to realize, oh, what Emily Lazar did, we should probably do that too.
Well, I think that it needs to be framed differently. Maybe I didn't present that idea properly. I don't think NFTs as a concept, as what they are at their core, like how I use them, I don't think that's over. I think the term has such a bad, it's just like, I don't know, people like shiver when they hear it. So I think that it just needs to be reframed as something else, and like I don't know, it just needs a better marketing technique behind it, better narrative.
We need a rebrand, that's for sure.
So yeah, so anyway, to make a long story boring, like, what I did in this space kind of led me to what I am building and what we have built, my team and I have built now, and like what we're going to be launching in the next like couple weeks to a month or whatever it is. The biggest things that I found in the music industry, being signed to a major, being signed to an independent, and then going independent ourselves, was there's a couple of things in the music industry that just grind my gears. They could just make me so angry. The lack of transparency. Okay, lack of transparency is a bitch. Like, you don't know where the money's going. You know why it goes there. You don't know what the fuck is going on with the money. That's number one. Okay. And also the data situation. Like, I don't know who the fuck is listening to my shit on Spotify. It could be like a bunch of phones in India. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. And like, this is the problem, okay? Like, we go on tour and we'll get moved down the list, like, for a band that has 300,000 followers on 300,000 to 1 million like subscribers on Spotify, but then they'll go on tour and they'll get more money than us. Then they'll go on tour with us, and guess who draws and makes more merch sales than those motherfuckers? We do, because we have real fans.
Yeah,
They
bots
don't
don't
have
buy
real
merch.
fans. They have a bunch of guys named Pahao in fucking China with a bunch of cell phones. Like, that's what they have, you know? And they're not coming to the cell phones aren't visiting the venue. So, like, that makes me mad. The lack of transparency, the botting, the whole situational fake it till you make it. I understand that, okay? I get it. I get that, like, whole proposition. But when you are touring and you're a live band and your revenue and your existence is reliant on the money that you make on touring, fuck that shit. Like, fuck that shit. So anyway, transparency, number one. The monetary issue, guys. Where the fuck are we making money? We're making 0.0003 cents per stream. 0.003 cents.
That's insane.
Do you know how many streams I have to stream to make $1? Like, it's fucking insane. Like, it's
I'm about to
insane,
start
guys.
listening to your music 24/7 in the background just so I know I'm
Just
contributing.
loop it. Just loop it
Yeah.
and put it on mute. Just loop it. That's what I tell all my friends. I was like, loop that shit and put it on mute. You
I'm
don't have to turn off your
100%. I got
computer.
you.
Just leave it going.
It's almost like mining crypto at some point. You just have a phone
You're
mining
mining my
Emily
music. That's
Lazar
a really
music.
good thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're mining my music. So go mine my music. Anyway.
You know what? That's the new radio. The new
I need
radio
that
is a music
$2,
miner.
man.
Straight up.
So yeah, the monetary issue is screwed. Like, it's
Yeah.
really screwed. And
So you're building a platform for musicians to kind of, work around these issues using Web3 technology?
There's one more issue that we're working on. So discoverability. You guys know AI. It's
Yeah,
coming for us
SEO is
all,
awful
right?
for music.
Oh, dude, do you know how many songs are uploaded by AI people like into Spotify every day? I won't even say the number. You'll throw up. You'll projectile vomit onto the screen. It's really, really disgusting. Like, it's like there's no hope. It's like the hope is gone. Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you circumvent this shit? How do you, like, because you can't stop it. Like, it's like stopping an avalanche by yourself in the middle of the wilderness. Not gonna happen. So like, you gotta, like, sometimes you just gotta, like, bend over and take it, right? So we're gonna do that, but we're gonna be reading a book while we do it. So like, that is a horrible analogy.
You talk about the AI
That
music,
is a
right?
horrible analogy.
You talking about all the AI music being produced on Spotify?
What's that?
I see you're talking about all the AI music being produced on Spotify.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's good. I was wondering how you felt about that. Like, what's your opinion on AI music?
How do I feel about it? If I could projectile vomit onto the screen, that would be it.
I'm not
Flat
gonna
out.
lie,
ridiculous.
it's kind of how I feel too sometimes. I know Double O, not to put him on blast, but he uses AI to make music, and some of it is pretty good. It's catchy, it sounds good. But we were just talking about this off air before you hopped on. For music to feel good or sound good, or to, like, for me to say, like, oh, that's a good song, I need comparisons of bad songs. And for bands to get good, they need to have the songs that got them there. And AI is just, it's like always good. So it doesn't have anything that feels good because everything is good. So it's the standard basic feeling. I need true musicians. I want to be able to listen to the first album, and then I want to go all the way to the Black album later.
Yeah, well, AI music isn't really good. Okay, let's classify this.
Yeah, we got to use
Some of
these air
it is.
quotes.
Some of it's
Like,
pretty
air
good.
quotes. Okay, if you want to say technically good, yeah, probably. Like, I mean, the drums are in, quantized perfectly because it's fucking AI. And guess what? We've been using AIs ever since I was in the music business because we've been quantizing and using vocal tuning. So, like, that's AI, guys.
True.
Guess what? You've been using it. So stop
So
complaining about it.
T-Pain's the original AI guy.
What's that?
T-Pain, he's the auto.
Yeah, T-Pain. Hey, T-Pain made a whole living out of that shit. And have you seen his tiny desk when he actually sings? Holy shit, his voice, guys.
I know.
Damn. So good. Anyway, so he doesn't even need it, but he uses it anyway. So here's the thing. So AI has been around since the jump. Like this shit, like, so people are like, I can't believe you're using AI. I was like, bitch, we've been using AI this whole time. You don't even know. Like, it's like, what are you doing? It's like, okay, so like, let's like squash that. And then another thing I'd like to say about the AI thing, people are like, AI isn't real. Okay, wait a minute. Your brain, when you create something, your brain has trained your brain, your neural pathways on everything you've seen, heard, listened to, thought of before. Correct? Is that correct?
Yep.
We're correct with that, right? Guess what AI does? It trains its brain on everything that it's seen, heard, listened to before. Guess what those things are? Everything for us. So basically, AI is everything for us, but it's just compacted and put together faster than us because we're not that smart. So like, so for you to say, "Oh, AI is," no, bitch, it's us, but it's just put together faster, and we don't do that shit.
That's the clip. That's the clip from this podcast.
I'm sorry, but like the people that have this argument about this shit, I'm just like, don't you understand? We made it, bitch. We made it. Like,
yeah. I mean, if you would have taken somebody like Mozart and dropped him in the year 1990, he wouldn't consider anybody a real musician because everybody was using a digital AI computer-esque thing to create music. So there is always going to be that time period in which the purest point, exactly. I think 20 years from now, it'll be a standard for AI music, and there'll be a new type of purist that forms from that, you know? But yeah, there's always going to be a purist
and when they get
perspective.
sentient, we'll all be dead anyway, so we won't even have this conversation. But we'll all be 6 feet under. Whatever. But here's my point. It's like, so stop arguing that fact and stop trying to push against it and stop trying to, oh, we gotta like fix it. Like, you can't fix it, dude. The genie is out of the bottle and he's all over granting wishes.
Yeah.
Like, it is done, okay? So just let it be. Let it be. Now, what you can do is you can strengthen yourself and your artistic freedom. You can strengthen that. That is something you can control. My dad always told me, he was like, stop fighting for things you can't control, Emily. Like, what the fuck are you doing? It's like the stupidest thing that you can do. Like, he was always calling me stupid because he had a really high IQ and he was a neurosurgeon. But like, so I wasn't really stupid. I was just not as smart as he was. But he was always like, stop trying to like push and push and push against things you can't control.
Yeah, stop trying to stop an avalanche on your own.
Yeah, you can't stop that avalanche, but you could build a fort that will protect you from the snow. So like, if you see a fucking tsunami coming to the beach and it is like 1.5 miles away, you could build something to protect yourself from the tsunami wave, or you could just stand there and stare at it and go like, I hate you.
I hate you.
What are you
Essentially
doing,
what
people?
people are doing.
Straight
Be
up.
smarter than the situation. Anyway, okay, that is I'm done preaching. But like, so anyway, so what I decided to do with my friends is take those 3 things: discoverability, because it's trash, you know, the monetary issue, because it's fucking trash, and you know, and what was the other thing? Well, whatever. Anyway, but you
Discoverability.
well, discoverability, monetary issue, and there was something, I don't know. I'm too tired. It's too early in the morning to do this shit. Anyway.
I know, I'm
for
so
me
sorry
anyway.
it's so early for you. Yeah, it's noon here. I'm
Dude,
sorry.
it's before 10 o'clock. My brain isn't awake. It's like, what the fuck are you doing up?
Trust me, I know, because that's why I do the podcast at noon, because I'm no good before 10, so I totally
Yeah,
understand.
I'm trying to get my brain caught up, guys.
Did
but,
you pick a name for the
I'm not
platform?
AI, unfortunately, so I can't think as fast. But anyway, so we took these things and we were like, okay, what can we do to fix the things we can control or make them stronger? And that's what we did with this thing. And we created it, and we've had a bunch of meetings with like some amazing people in music. And I'm not going to tech bros, because this is not a tech bro platform. This is a music platform for musicians and artists that uses Web3 tech and AI in the background to facilitate the things that we need to strengthen. That is what this is. We are not here to scrape the music industry of money, which is what Spotify does. Spotify is a tech platform that scrapes music for money. It literally does that. It doesn't care about the artist, dude. Do you think it cares about that? No. It just wants to, like, it's the McDonald's of, streaming, and all you can eat for $12 a month.
And even that all you can listen to kind of concept with Spotify isn't really for the consumer either, because of all the ads and inconsistencies in the algorithm and everything else. It's not for the person who wants to listen to music. It's not for the people who create music. It's only for Spotify. It's only for the business.
Yeah, it's a tech platform for a tech platform. It's a tech bro that came in. This guy Daniel Ek is not a musician, dude. He has never written a song in his life. Like, he came in and he was like, this is a hole in the industry that I could fucking, purge. And he did. And God bless, he is a capitalist and he did his job as a capitalist. And
I think platforms like that will get game theoried by all this AI bot stuff. Like you said,
they
who's
have.
really listening?
Somebody
Is it
just
a
got
farm in
arrested.
China?
Do you see the guy that got arrested for making an AI band? Okay, so this guy gets arrested. He made an AI band. He puts it on Spotify. He gets all these bots from India or Indonesia or pick a country. And then they go after his songs and they start, looping them, we were mining his songs. And he makes $7 million off the platform. And the government comes after him because they're like, that's not real. Duh, bitch.
$7
Like, of
million?
course it's not real. So what
crazy.
you just said already happened, bitch. That shit already happened.
There's an
Sorry, I
incentive
don't
then,
mean to call you
exactly.
bitch.
I could
That's a
create
term of
AI
endearment.
music, pay maybe $100,000 to bot farms in China, and make a $1 million profit
He
off
made
the
7
bots
million
listening.
or 8
Yeah,
million.
that's insane.
Insane.
Yeah,
So
it's
the
literally-
government's like, okay,
That's
illegal.
highlighting the flaw in the entire structure of the industry, that it can be game theory to a point of profitability by one bad actor.
I know.
That's
Don't
crazy.
you? Okay,
Sponsors
there's
feel
one.
like you would think
Yeah, but-
sponsors are going to pull out of Spotify.
No, they're not. There's too much money in there. But I'll tell you something. Because of crypto, all three of us are very well aware. If there is one bad actor, there's probably a lot. They're like cockroaches.
Yeah.
There's if you find one cockroach in your room, bitch, there's 20 of those bitches around, They're crawling on you at night. So just be aware. So this guy is the one cockroach that we saw. But there are a million of these botting Spotify. Trust me. This is not a one-time occurrence. They
So
just
did
made
you have
a
a name
mark
for
on
your
them.
platform?
What's up?
Do you have a name for the platform that you're
We
creating?
have everything for the platform, but I can't reveal anything yet. But I will
Gotcha.
very, very soon.
I
Just
figured there
follow
was a
me on
reason why you
socials.
haven't said it, and I've been on the edge of my seat waiting for you to stop calling it this thing.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's like, can you just name? It's been trademarked and this and that. And the third. I'm very I'm the type of person who, unless it's the gas pedal is down to the floor, I'm not announcing shit. I'm not doing that hype shit on shit until it's there and you're
So you
oh,
announce
fuck.
you're pregnant in the delivery room.
Yeah, let's have the baby before we name that bitch. Excuse me, I don't need to call babies bitches.
No,
but
we're
again,
gonna
term of
we're
endearment.
clipping every time you said the word bitch, and I'm making a montage video.
Yeah. We gotta
You should
count
just,
them. We gotta
you
count
should
them.
just every
A
time
bitch
I
counter.
It's a
cuss
drinking
or
game.
call somebody a bitch, you should just clip it. You'll have an hour length of that shit. Anyway.
This is awesome.
So
it would be a
bad.
song. That's an AI generated song. Emily
Oh
Lazar,
shit! Don't you
bitch,
do that to
bitch,
me!
bitch,
Don't
bitch,
you
bitch,
do
bitch.
that!
What a
After all
dumb
this
step.
talk, you're really gonna do that? You'll probably make $8 million if you bought farming
I'll
in
split
India.
it with
but-
you. I will split it with you.
Yeah, and then I don't even have to do the platform because I'll be rich. I'm good.
You say that, and it's so funny you say that, but I've seen so many people in this space make that level of money where they would just go to an island and disappear. And I think the problem is they got to that point where they had that money, and then the responsibility really kicked in, where they're like, now not only did I feel like I should do that, I actually have the means to do it. And they don't retire, they don't disappear, they keep building. So I imagine if you did make that $8 million, it wouldn't deter you from building what you're building. It would only amplify the actual product itself.
Mhm.
honestly, if you if you look at just who I am and what I built in the past, and September Morning especially, I mean with the comic books and the videos and the costuming and the stage show, and if you've ever seen our stage show, it's quite a whole theatrical masterpiece. But you know, it's a whole thing. Like I've been building for like a decade on this shit, and I just keep building. And then I've been building this platform with my friends for a year and a half, and then like I keep building shit. Like I can't not build. First of all, I can't not work. Like I'm very much, my identity is attached to what I do and what I create. That's just how I work in general in life. So I don't think I'll ever stop working. I'm just not that type of person.
No, I can get that just from when I met you in Denver and this podcast alone. You know, there's people like Elon Musk has enough money to never wake up to go to work again. That dude still sets an alarm to do a 9-to-5 job, even though he's basically a trillionaire.
Because he doesn't do it for the money. That's not why he's doing it. Like your motivation, you need to be very in touch with what motivates you. I know exactly what motivates me. You know, taking over the world. I'm just kidding. But like, no, no. What motivates?
Hey, I feel that though. I feel that.
That should be a clip.
Yeah.
What motivates me is just, you know, is the process. The process is what's amazing, guys. You know, when you have that light bulb and you see something go from idea to proof of concept, holy shit. That is like the first time we played a big festival to about 50,000 people, and they started singing my lyrics back to me. I was like, okay, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's real.
Like,
it's real.
wait a minute.
Yeah.
Like, you understand this song to the fact that you want to scream that shit back to me? Wait, what? Like, you know, like, you understand the story. You understand that it's about second chances at life. You understand that it's about more than a fantasy-driven comic book. You understand that. That's why you're a super fan and you buy everything in our merch store and you come to every show and you're at every meet and greet and you're like, you know, I mean, those fans are what we're about. Those aren't bots. Those are real people behind those computers. Yeah. And they're the ones that move markets, guys. Those are the people that move markets. And I'm not talking about financial markets. I'm talking about like music markets.
Well, since
like
you have the perspective of a musician and you're also tech savvy, maybe you can kind of paint the picture and try and maybe describe the difference in the industry and how it looks in a Web3 ecosystem, comparing to like how we saw things in like the Tower Records era, move into the iTunes, Spotify era. What does that, you know, NFT Web3 music era look like? What sets it apart and makes it different than all the other eras we have seen in the music industry?
You know, I thought about this question a lot before, and I had an answer probably a year ago that's totally different than what I have now, just because of like what I've been through. But the narrative of ownership has been something that has like declined over the years. It started with like 8 tracks, I guess, went into tapes, went into CDs, went into vinyl, went into CDs, and went into digital recordings, and then it kind of like filtered out, right, into this streaming rent a song, basically. It's like you're leasing this shit now, right? So there's no real ownership. And what's interesting in the music industry right now is that there's a pivot. So we've had streaming for about 10, 15 years. So there's a cycle that has completed in that. And the streaming services are hitting those ceilings, and they're like, wait, we can't really go very much farther here, you know? Where do we go, you know? Because it's not ownership, it's leasing. So it's like, so they're having issues like, how do we figure out how to expand when there's really nowhere to go? So like, so everything is starting to pivot back to ownership. So you see an increase in downloads, increase in vinyl, increase in physical sales, increase in tour revenue. Like there's a pivot to ownership.
Yeah, vinyl is definitely making a comeback.
Yes, all of that shit is. All of it's making a comeback, and it's because people are like, wait a minute, I really kind of want to own shit again. Right. I want to know that this shit is mine, which the whole premise of an NFT, a non-fungible token, is it's yours. It's nobody else's. It's yours.
Yeah, if you lose your iTunes or Spotify login credentials, there goes everything you've ever put money into. It's gone.
But people didn't care because they didn't care about ownership back then, because it was new. It was a new shiny toy, right? Like
Well, the
everybody loves
concept
new
of
things.
conversation around that time was you will own nothing and you will like it. And that has been a topic for 20, 30 years of conversation around the computing digital era, the internet era. It really started that whole conversation of you're not going to own anything and you're going to enjoy it. And for the past 10, 20 years, people have actually enjoyed not owning things because DVDs sucked. They got scratched. They stopped working in the DVD player. So you were like, oh shit, Netflix, that's not going to scratch. But then people started getting locked out of their Netflix accounts and couldn't log back in, and now they have to pay a whole new month to get a whole new account. And so the hardships just took a while, I think, for people to really run into those brick walls of convenience because it's convenience theater.
I mean, yeah, I can't disagree with that. But everything's convenience theater, babe. Like, look at, like, sorry, I didn't mean to call you babe.
Hey, at least it wasn't bitch.
Right, I was gonna say,
At least it wasn't bitch. Hey, that is my term of endearment. I grew up with drag queens. You have to understand my life. Anyway,
I watched RuPaul. Don't get it wrong.
Thank you. Good for you.
Good for
this
you.
guy on the left
Crazy.
is laughing so hard. But like, you have to understand, like, whenever you have something shiny and new in tech, everybody wants it. You put out a new iPhone and you have all those guys that are like, oh, I got the new iPhone. They don't know how the fuck that shit works. They don't know why it's even different. You could actually repackage and repurpose the iPhone 4 and say it's the iPhone 20 and everybody will fucking buy that shit. I kid you not. I kid you not. That would happen. Because people like new and shiny things. They just do. That's just how it is. So what I like about this situation for me and for other artists is that, guess what the new and shiny thing is? That isn't really new and shiny, by the way. It's ownership. That's the new and shiny thing. But guess
Even
what,
I
bitch?
went right over my head.
That's not new and shiny. It's kind of like, if you know anything about fashion, right? You know that fashion is cyclical. Everything's cyclical, but fashion especially is cyclical. I just watched the Seven for All Mankind. Seven for All Mankind was a big in like the 2000s fashion brand. And like, I haven't looked at that shit in such a long time because it went downhill fast, but they just got a new creative director and he brought back the 2000s with the Pat McGrath smoky eye, the whole thing from the 2000s. He brought it back but made it look really cool. And now everybody is like, oh my God, this is so new. I'm like, bitch, look at the 2000s. This was done in the 2000s. It is the same shit, but you think it's new because we haven't seen it since 2005. So like, okay, cool.
With integration of new, like, Internet of Things with new IoT, I look at, like, products like Tangent Wallet, shout out to one of the sponsors of the podcast, but they have these hardware wallets, and all it has is NFC inside of it and a chip that protects it, so you can tap into your phone and it's your hardware wallet. You put technology like this into a vinyl record, that way I know it came from Emily Lazar and not some third-party unofficial distributor. Oh, no shit. I can get a vinyl record?
Chips. They have NFC chips in vinyl record. They had it in 2022.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, so all this cool new shit isn't new. It's just still cool.
I'm telling you right now, bitch. I'm sorry, don't mean to call you that. I'm telling you right now, like, I'm telling you right now.
Bitch.
All this shit is, everything's been done before. We are all AI, guys. Like we just don't know it yet.
Yeah, we're living in a simulation and it's just rerunning the program.
Yes, we're rerunning the program. The thing that we can do though, so the thing that makes it new is when you build upon it. So like when I say the stuff about Seven for All Mankind, I'm not saying it's just like 2005 to 2010. It's not just like that. It looks very similar to that, but it has been upgraded. The shape has changed a little bit. It's more modern to reflect the modern like aesthetic, but it's built on the foundation of what was cool back then, which people are really into right now. And the Smoky Eye by Pat McGrath is just a smoky eye. Smoky eyes have been around since the, I don't even know, like 30s or some shit. I don't know what they were doing in flapper era, but that shit has been around forever, you know? So it's not new, but Pat McGrath like took it and made it a little bit different and subtly changed it and upgraded it, and it is new. So it depends on, like, are you a purist and saying it's not new unless every single thing is new in it? Like, no, that doesn't exist for anything in the world. So especially like music, people are like, well, it's AI. And I'm like, okay, well, I've been quantizing drums since I've been making music. So does that mean that I do AI music? Like, no, that's not AI. It's just, it's using parts of technology and then putting it into something that is refreshed and like,
Right.
new
It's like
sounding.
the ship analogy, you know, when you have a ship and you need to replace a floorboard, you need to replace the mast, you need to replace the steering wheel. After you replace everything individually on that ship, is it still the same ship or is it a new ship?
It's just upgraded. It's an upgrade. It's 2.0. It's ship 2.0, you know? Like, you know what it reminds me of? Do you know that Japanese thing that they do? They have like vases in Japan, right? And if you break one, instead of throwing away the vase, they'll put it back together and they'll
I
put
love
the
that.
gold,
With the gold,
right?
yeah, with the gold.
They'll put the
So
gold
good.
in there, and it's actually prettier. It looks like fucking dope as shit. Like,
What is the word? Somebody in the chat. It means to make something beautiful after it's been damaged or something like that.
Yes, it's like that, and it's fire. Like, you look at this stuff, it is fire. Like, so like that makes it even better, and it makes it new again. So it's like repurposing, but adding something to create a new sort of emotional context. And I think what we always forget as human beings is that we run on chemicals. We're just a big bag of chemicals that runs on chemicals and emotions. That's what we are. Like, you know, like I'm looking at this room that you're sitting in and all these, and I'm reading all the things as I'm talking to you, which is very distracting. But I'm reading all this, but I'm getting these like different sorts of like chemical, like, you know, pings or pangs, like because of it, you know. I mean, it's very it's cool as fuck.
Thank
Like,
you.
so
That's
love
the
it,
vibe
but,
I
like,
was going for. The reason I made this environment the way I made it was to not only make myself more comfortable being on camera, but my guest. When I have somebody like you on the podcast, you know that all the eyes watching it aren't just staring you in the eyes. They're scanning the entire room. So it's almost like when you're on stage and you're picturing everybody else in their underwear. Instead of putting them in their underwear, I put a bunch of underwear in the background.
yeah, that would be cool. You should do that one time.
Hide a bunch
hang
of different
it.
types of underwear.
Just hang some Hanes and some whatever the fuck.
Put it
Yeah.
in
All
there.
right, we're gonna add
Anyway.
a laundry line to this. I guess we're coming close up on the hour. We can kind of wrap it up here. I don't want to take up
Okay,
too much of
great.
your time. I know that you were in Clubhouse and stuff, but maybe let people know where they can find you now. You know, join your community and keep up to date with what you have going on.
Yeah, tell
So-
him, bitch.
What's that? That's a clip. Tell him, bitch. Okay, cool. So I will tell him, bitch. Okay, bitches, go to Emily Lazar _SM. I'm dead right now. This is
dying,
hilarious. Love you guys. Love. I don't know where the
Dude,
camera is.
it was so nice to meet you at East Denver, bro. So much
I
of a
know.
pleasure
It was
having
such a
you
vibe.
on.
I don't even know what we went. We were going into aliens on that podcast. I don't know where we were going. I was like, where is this train going? It's
That
like
was
off
one
the
of the
tracks.
best off-the-cuff conversations anybody had at East Denver, because like we just naturally went with the flow, and that flow went wild.
It was. Yeah, it was pretty wild.
Mickey
I'm
should
not
be
gonna lie.
posting it any day now, and I'll be posting it right after him as well. So keep an eye out for what is it? The Beyond the Blocks podcast. I think that's what Mickey called it.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Beyond the Block. So every Monday at 2 p.m. Pacific, I do a Beyond the Block music room on Spaces. So come through, come through and talk music with us. We just talk shit on the music industry basically for like 2 hours. It's
So
great.
Spaces, that's where we can catch you, not Clubhouse.
What's that?
We can catch you on Spaces now.
Yeah, I'm not on Clubhouse anymore. That was 2021. But I'm more on X. So you can catch me at Emily Lazar _SM, or on Instagram I'm the same, and Facebook I'm pretty much the same, like everywhere across board. And then of course the band is September, and then morning MOURNING. So you can catch us on X and Instagram and TikTok and name a platform, and we're on there. So and of course Spotify, and go mine my stream so I can make $4 and go buy a Starbucks. Oh, I can't even buy a Starbucks with $4, but
No,
maybe
not
it's
anymore.
a tax on the Starbucks. So we're
Yeah,
getting
go
there,
find
guys.
some
We're
of
fucking
Emily
getting there.
Lazar's music on Spotify. I know that's what I'll be doing after this because I have some work to do. So I'll be listening and jamming in the background, mining music for Emily Lazar, which is kind of cool. I feel like we just came up with that concept on this podcast.
Yeah,
Thanks
I'm
everybody
here
for
for-
watching, joining live. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that, and drop some comments. I'll be engaging with the chat after the live stream. Clips will be coming soon. Everybody, double O tats. Love you, bro. Have a day.
Peace out. Peace out.
Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Ken Bozak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Ken Bozak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Ken bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get your Ken Bozak.